Here's another short film showing the, I'm hoping to do a couple, the original items that I've got in my collection actually from the shows themselves. This is the first and arguably most impressive. It's an original restored Melody Angel puppet from Captain Scarlet. In terms of what's original and what isn't, the head is completely original. Original wig, original back of head, it's got the workings inside and the eyes. The body and costume was made for me about 15 years ago. Potentially may like to upgrade on the costume, but certainly for the moment I'm more than happy with this. I wasn't involved in restoration in any way, shape or form. Purely bought the head at the auction, and as a gift my family clubbed the money together for a Christmas and birthday present to get the costume and body done. The hands are original. They're the rubber ones with the wires through them, so it allowed the character to grip. So it's original head and hands, but overall it looks as she would have done in the show, I hope. Basically it does. The head actually was an under controlled head for scenes when she would have been piloting her Angel jet, but of course that type of character would never have had legs, but I didn't want a display character with no legs, so I've had her done as she would have looked as a complete character. The hands, I don't know whether we can see them there. Oops. They have wires in them and they can be bent, there you go, to grip things. Obviously in her case gripping the joystick and the steering wheel. I don't know a great deal about aviation, I have to say, of the Angel Interceptor. The head, as I say, is original. The eyes have gone purple. I don't know whether the camera's good enough to pick that up, but the eyes have actually gone purple because the photographic paper that was used for these eyes back on the Captain Scarlet era of characters, like all old photographs, have a tendency to go a funny colour over the years. We all look back at snapshots from Christmases and some holidays 25, 30, 40 years ago, in this case of this, plus, and they've gone a funny colour. That's exactly what's happened to these. So normally brown eyes have actually gone purple, but because they were original and the whole head looks pretty nice, I didn't want to have anything changed to it. I wanted it to stay exactly as she was. Some of the heads that were at the auction that I bought this were in need of a lot of work, and if I'd bought a lesser head in poor condition, I certainly probably would have gone the whole hog and had eyes done. But because she pretty much looks as she did when the show was finished filming, I wanted to keep her as she was. This came from the Phillips auction. I've got a couple of the brochures there from it, just so you can see where it was bought. It's excuse me, the 1995 auction, when Sylvia, along with John Reed and Mary Turner, who were her colleagues at Century 21, decided to sell up Sylvia had largely original puppets, full-bodied, although a lot of those have been restored over the years. But it was John Reed and Mary Turner that actually came up with this selection of heads and parts and stuff. As I understand it, they were intending just to use the mechanics for further independent puppet shows of their own, and I guess they would have just smashed the heads if they had got round to doing them. Obviously they were involved in the very popular old Rupert the Bear puppet show, along with some of the other Anderson puppet people, but thankfully they never got round to using these heads, because I think otherwise these very important bits of television history and Gerry Anderson and Sylvia Anderson history wouldn't be around. But like I say, thankfully they never got funding for other projects, and that's how these heads survived. But like I say, we'll go up and down again, and it's the first time I've filmed anything of this size. Everything else I've done has just been my toys, so they're rather much smaller, quite a bit smaller than this. But very happy with the way the costume looks. And like I say, I certainly would contemplate having an upgrade at some point, but for the moment I'm more than happy. She's actually got stiff legs, so she's not a proper puppet. She's not a working puppet as such. She's more of a display piece, although the arms obviously will move. There's a certain amount of movement in the waist. The head goes still, but like I say, the legs are just stiff, so she'll stand as a display item. And there you go, this is Melody Angel, the character that was voiced by Sylvia. So that's especially nice that such a leading light in the Century 21 world voiced this character. She was actually one of the angels sculpted by Christine Glanville, who did Melody along with three of the other characters, three other angel characters. And like I say, I couldn't be more pleased to have an original character or an original head completing a character from the shows, particularly Captain Scarlet, which is one of my favourites. So there you go. I'll be showing a couple of other original and Century 21 based pieces on another couple of films, but there you have it, an original, if you will, restored Melody Angel puppet. To many people, and certainly myself, it's a centrepiece of my collection. But thanks very much for watching, and hopefully you've not been too bored with my dry commentary, but with a lot of this stuff you just have to look at it really. There's not a lot more to say. I just feel privileged to be kind of custodian of this stuff. Oh, it cost me a fair bit of money, but it was money well spent as far as I'm concerned. It's not about value, it's all about the privilege of owning one of the stars of one of the shows that I love so much.